I don't really know if you guys can see me that well. I need to get like a tripod. Let me get you guys somewhere to kind of prop up on me. But I'm just cooling, bro. It's nice out. It's raining. Just came up here really to talk with God and really just, I don't know, slow down every once in a while and kind of reflect on the week, on the day, all that kind of stuff, and sorry about the quality of this. It's maybe not the best, but what can you do about it? There we go. Okay, that is way too high too. Okay, we're gonna have to figure something out here. But I think evidently something that I really realize every day now for the past God knows how many months is just understanding how much God has really blessed me, because I've been through some times in my life where I didn't know what the hell I was gonna do. I was in a tough situation, and I felt like I couldn't be saved nonetheless, and that it would take a miracle to get me out of this situation, whether it was doing a business idea in it not falling through or going into debt. And that's just a part of life, but I'm just glad that I was able to take the chance to really try and keep failing and just learning from that failure, just falling into the failure. Because if I don't fall into these failures, I can't really evidently become better as a person and move forward in life and learn these lessons so I know next time not to do it, or just build the character of who I am, and that's something really big for me, because at first I was afraid of failure. Not everybody, but a lot of people tend to be afraid of failure, and it makes complete sense, because it's something scary, rejection, failure. Nobody likes that feeling, but it's, as much as it is uncomfortable, it is something that it's a building block to build who you are. And if you don't go through those kind of failures and rejections and those kind of things, in life, you're gonna be afraid all the damn time. No matter what move you make, no matter, what situation you're in, that's gonna be the case every single time. So the fact that God has given me this chance, finally, after trying for years on end, and finally God has blessed me with something that really stuck and really, granted, I got a ways to go. This is kind of the beginning of the journey, but it's starting to pan out for me. It's starting to really materialize and really become my reality. And I'm not done yet. There's plenty of work that needs to be done. There's plenty of things that need to be built upon. And I'm not as scared anymore. I'm not as, anxious and worried if things are going to work out. I trust God enough, and I have faith enough to understand and know that God's not going to put me through something that he knows that I cannot handle. He's not going to send me down a road. He's not going to send me down the wrong path and me just fail and not be able to get back up. God puts you through these trials on purpose, and he knows you're gonna pass them. He knows you're gonna, not only go through them and fail and fall on your face, but get up and do 10 times better than you thought you were gonna do. He knows these things. And evidently that's where, because I used to have really bad anxiety, up until about 3 months ago. I had a really bad anxiety. I was self-doubting myself all the damn time, and I didn't really think I had it in me, because the amount of times I failed, I believed that it wasn't meant for me, or I didn't deserve it, or all these certain things. And that wasn't the case, not one bit. It was more the fact that God was training me. God was putting me through these trials to make sure that I can handle the things that I want, to make sure that I can handle, evidently the life that I'm going to build, because who knows, if 3 or 4 of my businesses didn't fail like they did, who knows if this time when I tried this, I could have gone in a bigger hole, and I just kept on making it worse and worse and worse and worse, and then I got myself into a hole I couldn't get out of. So the fact that God purposely put me through those tough times and times of not really understanding and knowing if it's going to work out in the end, he followed through with his word. He not only did he put me through it, but he gave me something 10 times better. He gave me a mindset. He gave me the mentality. I'm still, like I said, I'm still working on it. I'm not 100% there, but he's starting to build the person that I want to become, the person that I need to become. So that's just a big thing for me, because I was talking to one of my friends the other day, and he's a really good friend of mine, and he was there for me when I was in that crappy mindset, and he was helping me out, and now he's going through it and he's having issues, and evidently it's tough for me to really, I sit here and try to give him feedback and trying to push him up, but evidently we're in 2 different positions, and he's more than capable. I know he is, but like I said, it's not permanent. The problems, the situations, all the issues that you're currently going through, it's not permanent. It's just temporary. All of it's temporary. It's just these situations are here to remind us of, what is going to happen out there in the world through this process, and basically the person that you need to become to handle these things. But that's just something I kind of wanted to hop on here really talk about, because I'm up here just chilling, and I'm just talking with God and just letting him know how blessed and appreciative I am for the things he's done for me up until this point, and not only the successes that he's given me, not only the mentality that he's giving me, but just where I was a couple months ago, how anxious I was all the time, how upset I was all the time, how nervous or mad, and all these mixture of emotions that really brought me down. I was in a really bad position, especially when I had to go to the emergency room because I had a really bad health issue. I was in the ER for some time, and I was sick for some time, and that really took a toll on me. And just seeing where I've come from in that time frame, and how I've bounced back and just done 10 times better than I thought I would do. And sometimes I don't give myself enough credit for those kind of things, but that's just something myself I need to work on. But yeah, just taking the time to really sit here and understand how blessed I am to have gone through all these trials, everything he's thrown at me, and believe me, I know for a fact he's got more crazier, more, life-changing trials he's gonna put me through. I know it. And that's just what he does. That's what he's here for, But just to see where I've moved from in such a short time frame, it feels short, but in reality it's been some time. And I'm keeping going, I'm sticking with the momentum, and I'm having faith in him, because as much as I want to worry what's going to happen tomorrow, or worry about things that are not in my control, I know that he'll take care of me, and he'll take care of the problem, and I'll deal with the problem when it gets here. And I look at everything that he does as a challenge to really show me the things that I need to do. I look at it as, out of every incident, every point in life, every aspect of life, whatever happens, any event in my life, I know he's giving me these things to teach me, So that's something that, you guys need to take a step back and kind of look at sometimes, and realize that, out of all the crappy and shitty moments you may be in, or the tough times you may be in, you're alive, man. It's a 1 in 400 million chance that you were born. So the fact that you're alive, breathing, seeing, being able to touch, feel, smell, just being able to be alive on earth and experience a lifetime, you won already. You know, because even I'm struggling with this. You know, I want more, I'm chasing more, but in reality, we're born into this world with nothing, and we're gonna leave with nothing. You know, that's the biggest thing. And you know, I look at that and I realize that, okay, all these things that I want in life are cool, but my soul really needs to, I just need to experience life and be the best person I possibly can be, because that's all I'm gonna take with me. I'm not taking anything else with me. You know, I'm leaving this earth with nothing. I came in with nothing. And, you know, we're humans brought into earth, running around, trying to figure out life, trying to figure out, you know, who you are. And one day it's just all for nothing, because you're just gonna leave earth with nothing. But yeah, I don't know if you guys can see me this whole video. This might be a crappy video because it's dark as hell out. But yeah, this is a little mixture of content that I have up here. But yeah, just take a step back and realize how fortunate you are to just exist, you know, to go through things in life. That's what really matters, man.